I grew up in Ebenezer, which is in North Lebanon Township, by Lions Lake or Ebenezer Lake or Lights Dam, depending on what era you're talking about. Graduated from Cedar Crest High School, went on to college. I was a licensed practical nurse and a respiratory therapist when I retired. I worked at the Lebanon VA Medical Center for about 32 years. I also had 10 years that I worked at Cleaver Brooks in Lebanon County. I was the first woman welder that they had. Drove school bus. I did whatever I needed to do to raise my family. And I always have had a passion for community and for veterans. If you were, I guess I'd say behind the eight ball or had an issue, I like to connect people. I like to help. People ask me now why I continue to do what I do, and I plan on helping the community and doing as much as I can for as long as I can. About 7, 8 years ago, prior to 7, 8 years ago, I would help at Indiantown Gap when they laid the memorial wreaths for Wreaths Across America. About 7, 8 years ago, I decided that it's time to take it into Lebanon County to other cemeteries. So I approached the Ebenezer Beautification Committee in Lebanon County. They were glad to do it as long as I started it and managed it. You know, no good deed goes unpunished, I always say. So I thought maybe there'd be 200 or 300 veterans buried at Covenant Greenwood Cemetery in Ebenezer. It turns out there's 1,100. So I've been doing that ever since, and I've helped it grow to Zor's Lutheran Church, also Richland Cemetery in Richland, Pennsylvania. Goshart's is when I have extra, I give to Goshart Cemetery. Some went to Hill Church Cemetery this year. And my feeling is every veteran deserves a wreath, and every veteran deserves support. I've always had a passion. I wanted to go into service as a young woman. I thought I'd go to nursing school and then go into the service. My parents were not for that. My parents were very civic-minded, but they were fine with their son going in the service, but they did not want their daughter to do that. So I've done everything except that. Then later on I got married, and I thought, well, maybe I could go in the Guards. Well, my husband wasn't for that either. So back in the day, you tended to listen to parents and listen to husbands, and you didn't go out on a road all by yourself and make your own way. You more or less followed. I help with the food bank. I help with, as I said, with the wreaths. The wreaths is an ongoing thing all year long. I'm also on the 250 committee for Lebanon County, so I'm involved with quite a few initiatives. I try to give each one my best. I was shocked when I received the memo or the note. I found out later that my sister-in-law and my daughter were the two that worked together at sending in the nomination. I was on Women's Commission years ago and was always inspired by all the women that have been on the commission or received the awards, but I never ever expected to receive an award.